Oh, who's already here? Holy moly. Hi, Dusty, Afila. Alright. Casey Love. Awesome. Yeah, I'm late. So I'm on the gimbal. I'm still at my truck. So we're going to walk together to my spot. So let's hope this works and I got it set up right. Let me know if it's not too wobbly or anything like that. Alrighty. So let's get the card. Oh, I got my net on. Let me see. Oh, wrong way. There's too many buttons. I got my net on so nobody can steal my stuff. Because I've had way too many homeless people shopping in my cart. I turn around, they're just looking at my stuff. Hi, Casey. Let me get my dirty truck. Man, I've been wanting to get my car detailed for like 8 months. And the place I keep calling never answers their phone. Ugh. Got the keys. Oh, you guys have to see this. I stopped at a taco restaurant place. Look at this. For one person. One person. Alrighty. Oh, that's okay, Casey. I appreciate you being here now. I've had days like that too. Or weeks. Yeah, I do. A little bit. I probably won't remember exactly where you're from or something like that. And don't take it personally because I have fibromyalgia, which really, really affects my short-term memory. Oh, that reminds me, I got new mics too. I'll hope. What did I do with them? Shoot, where are they? In my pocket? Please be in my pocket. They're in my pocket. All right. I'm gonna leave it like this till we get there. I had so much stuff happen today. It just made me late. You know how everything. No, I lost it. I need to order a new one. And I didn't. My cane disappeared. That was my other weapon. I'm going to order another one, even though I don't use it anymore. It was like $16, so. It was metal and it was painful, so. A long time ago, if you go back, and most of my stuff is under live, if you go back to last year, early, I had to get my cane out. This guy was going to get violent with me. And it says crazy guy gets arrested or something like that. Yeah. Well, Colin, if you ever see, Colin will come up and give me a hug, and I try to have something for him, which I don't tonight. Darn it, I just realized. He saved my life that day. He's a really nice, he's a homeless guy. My husband talked to him for a little while one day. And he got between me and the aggressive guy and kept him from coming back. He kept trying to come back different directions at me. I had to go, this is why I have 2 phones now, because I had to go off my live stream to call 911. And I wanted to be able to film what he was doing. He got arrested. It took 3 cops to handcuff him because he ended up, since he couldn't get to me, he ended up in the middle of the street blocking traffic. Yeah, I tell people, so it's not, I counted, I'm at 19 months doing this, and I've only had 3 problems the whole time. So I think it's pretty good odds. And all of them, you can tell, have been surprised because I look very unassuming. The first guy, I don't think he was thinking I was going to get irate with him. All right, which way do I turn here? I think I go left. I usually go to my restaurant first, but I can't tonight. So I don't know if I turn right or left here. I think I go left. Where's Velvet Taco? Hang on. We might see some interesting people. Down this way, I see a lot of musicians and stuff. Alright, let's see. I'm going to there. Directions. Walking. Okay, where am I now? It's not telling me which way to go.
Head east on West 6th Street toward
East
Colorado Street.
on right. We're going right. That's all I needed to know. Alrighty. Yep. Colin, he really, and he was always nice with us, all of us that are down there. And so I've seen him down here too, and he's always worried about me. So I try to help if I've got any cash on me. I try to give him something. So when I'm over at the org, there's a restaurant, Chipotle next door. I've taken him in and got him something to eat before. I've seen him with his guitar a lot, so he's obviously a musician. Let me know if the angle's okay. You need a dang bachelor's degree to work this gimbal. I don't have to constantly look back now that I have that net over my stuff. Oh, yep, this is the right way. There's Bruce. I remember passing that. The thing is, look at this place. Tilt up. Okay, that's wrong. It all looks the same down here. It's just all tall buildings. And that's why usually I'm good with directions. I can usually look at a map once and not have to look at it again. But down here, I get all turned around. Yeah, normally I go to Caroline, but I stopped in Georgetown because I was starving. And so I go in, I'm getting to go, and I'm like, okay, well, what can I eat in the car? And they're like, tacos. Like $12 for 2 tacos. I'm like, well, that's kind of expensive, but you know what? It's okay. But then they're like, it comes with this and this and this and this and this. And then, oh, you want this too? I'm like, no, I'm eating in the car. So I showed you the bag of chips they gave me. I looked in the bag. They gave me a grocery bag, big brown grocery bag for my meal and all the stuff. Oh my goodness. Oh, Scooter's here. I have a couple. Ifila sometimes does it. I was actually watching her show. She has a show. Scooter does. That's why it's called Scooter Report. So every Monday, I think she's doing. Okay, I need to cross. And she just recaps the small channels and highlights, things that are happening with all of us. She had, and I actually watched this, I think yesterday. We had 2 women in Edinburgh, Scotland, who were both live streaming at the Christmas market, also looking for Scientologists who go down there and try to give people pamphlets and stuff. So, because they like to go to things like that with their fake t-shirts that don't say Scientology. And so that's kind of the stuff that we try to do. Hitzel, she's another one that's down here in Austin. She'll go to any kind of like farmer's market, things like that. And they'll have a tent set up and be talking to people. And it doesn't say anything about Scientology. So, let's see, there's no crossing right now. I did that one time by accident and almost got run over. So, I'm not doing that. So, yeah, they try to be in community projects and stuff. And they fake it so much. I don't know how much you've watched, Casey. But they literally, in the past, have taken photos at like a flood, and it's like knee deep, and they'll get down farther, and then they show them in a boat and giving out water. They didn't even bring that water. They got that water from the Navy and other organizations to give out. Isn't that horrible? Now sometimes my chat, oh hold on, I don't have my chat set right. Hold on, let me fix that. I just realized. There we go. I had it on top messages. Okay, so I wasn't seeing some of this.
I plan ahead.
Okay, so I didn't see her. That's horrible. Yeah, I know. And I think the reason they wear yellow, I think there's a reason for that. I'd like to know how long they've done it, because the LDS church does send 18-wheelers full of supplies to disaster areas all over the world, and they wear yellow t-shirts. And I'm just wondering if they're trying to make themselves look like them. Yeah, I do. Oh, I saw some comment. I don't know what it is. I know. I can't either sometimes, even after this amount of time. All right. Oh, I hear somebody playing sax. I see him quite a bit. I used to love coming down here, not necessarily to 6th Street. I didn't really come down here, but I would come down on the weekends, and sometimes I would just drive around. Parts of downtown it's called the Hill Country. It's hilly and tree lined, and I would just drive around neighborhoods. It was so pretty. Hey, Bear. I'm walking. Beer. No, I can't really see your name. I'm walking, so good to see you. Good to see you. We're just walking to my spot where I set up because I was running late. And plus, there's some really interesting people like this guy. Oh, he has a QR code. QR code. Right, I gotta remember up is down and down is up on this thing. Oh, 12. I can do it 12. Wear yellow. I know. I don't know. Oh, okay. Theophilus. Pronounce the Theophilus. Oh my goodness. It's packed tonight. So how's the shaking on this gimbal? This is the really nice one that steadies it all 4 directions. Oh, it's loud. See? This is... See? Can't go anywhere. I just stop when people don't move, because I can't go left or right really quickly with a wagon. Eventually they get it and go around. I started doing that with my cane, because I would be walking like to get my grandkids from, oh my god, that's loud, from school, and people just walk at me. I have a cane, I can't get off the sidewalk. So I just stop, wait till they go around. Oh, we are in Austin, Texas on 6th Street. It's the live music capital of the world, because this whole street for blocks and blocks is bars with live bands. And that's why you hear so much noise, because literally every one of these bars has a live band playing in it. So when I get my mic set up, hopefully it'll cancel some of the noise. And these scooters do not follow traffic lights at all. But I've met some interesting people down here. A lot of fun people, a lot of interesting people. It's a very big tourist area. So I've gotten people from other countries stop by and stuff. Hey KJ. I like San Antonio too. And whenever we've been here now, the Army brought us here in '93. So we've been here 32 years. And when family used to visit, no one really does anymore. I always took them. It was about, back then when it was almost a 3-hour drive. It's a little less now for me. And we always went to San Antonio, did the Alamo, the Riverwalk, and we always did the boat ride tour around 5 o'clock when it was time to rest. All right, I want my wagon in front of me this time. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to try to start again because it's going to be getting cold and I won't be coming. So I'm going to be trying to do something like during a weekday. or weekday evening or weekday day or both. I'm about to set up a new desk and a new live stream area at my house. I didn't really have a good spot, so let's see. Yeah, just put your notifications on, and I'm probably gonna put the desk together when I get home because I'm usually wired when I get home. So we're gonna set up now. So. Oh, it smells like meat. Alrighty.
All that, and I found out that my grandma's brother was a Freemason. And some things happen with the family.
Alright, I'm covering the camera while I get set up so you guys won't get sick. I'm live right now, so I don't want them to get sick. Sorry guys, I turned my phone off. Accidentally.
Anyway, have a good night.
Alright. Let me get the mic set up. So, Bear Salamis. Yep. One of my Blue Sky, hello. Yes. Alright, let me see if I got this new mic today because my other one died. It's not very good. It was all that Walmart had. I was charging it on the way here. I don't even know if it's fully charged. So let's see if it works. Alright, the mic's not working. I don't think it got charged enough on the way here. So we'll just have to go without mic tonight. It'll just be hard to hear other people. I'm pretty loud. You can always hear me. Alrighty, there we go. Alright, we are good. Well, there's some happy people. Yeah, I took the mic off. So, let me get my gimbal put away. This is probably the most expensive thing I have. It doesn't get windy because I'm not taping it this time. Alrighty, let's see who's in the chat. Nope. Well, I had my hand over the camera. Can you guys see now? And I accidentally turned off my phone while I was trying to cover the camera. Hey, Peck, how are you? Hey, JJ. Yeah, I got this, and this is all that Walmart. I literally ran over there, got it pick up. It's one mic, and then the piece that goes in the phone. Well, on my good mic, I dropped my phone with this piece in it, and it's never worked right since. Luckily, I got insurance, and dropping it counts. But I only got one mic, which is usually okay. But you still don't have sound? Let me make sure I'm not muted. You guys hear me now? I hope. Can you hear me now? I hope I didn't screw it up. Okay, good. I feel better. So last time I tried to use my gimbal, this was the piece I was missing. It goes on the phone and then it magnets to the gimbal. Like I said, you need a bachelor's degree to run that gimbal. So I had to literally sit down and watch videos again to refresh. So we're good now. We're just back to bare bones like I used to be, which has been most of the time I've been out here. So, oh, we got a colorful pedicab over here. Wow, cool. Look at his outfit, y'all.
Scientology is a cult.
Yes.
That's why.
Because a religion you can leave and a cult won't let you leave. They had to have people escape. They've had people escape in trunks of cars. I talk till they leave. You never know when they might stop. I need water, y'all.
Psychology is a cult. We know that's right.
Yes.
See,
They don't let their...
that's what I said. This whole thing is lying here is just an imitation of the real deal. So we're just out here encouraging people. Yeah, I don't know how many Scientology people are down here.
That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to just talk to people and educate.
That's a crazy.
Because they opened up across from the university about just under 2 years ago, and that's when I started coming down and talking to students.
Yeah.
The original leader who started it in 1950 was a science fiction writer, and he made it all up.
Yeah.
But he's an evil genius. He made something that outlived him. And this other leader took over. Anyway, he bought that building 56 years ago because it was across from the college. And they refurbished it and reopened. Then a month later, they opened in Chicago by the college. So, and they're always trying to go after young people.
Pretty much a scam because you can never attain to the level and you keep buying and keep paying and keep paying.
And see, here's what happens.
Even if you get to the top level, it's just you get...
But here's what happens. They get to level 8 and they're told they're supposed to be able to be a super powerful being and control matter, energy, space, space and time. And when they can't, they think they're the only one and that everybody else can, because everybody's lying to themselves saying, oh yeah, I made all the lights turn green one day so I can get there faster, or this BS. And they know in their mind it's BS, but they're not allowed to talk to each other about it. That's a rule. And so they're all locked in there lying to themselves. So
that's what we're doing, same thing. We're just walking up and down.
Yeah.
Find somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
You should live stream.
God show me somebody to talk to, pray for them or whatever.
Yeah.
You know,
What
whatever.
brought me was the child abuse, because they think they live more than one life, that they look at their kids as adults in small bodies, and so working them to the bone and not giving them an education and putting them through things only adults should go through, and they're assaulted a lot, and they just cover it up because they think more Scientology will fix the predator. And it's a high crime to take the predator to the authorities. You'll get expelled, but he won't. So that's really what made me start. Because I drive 75 miles down here. And that's what really brings me down here. And we're hoping, we've got people in California making big inroads, going to the city council meetings and the commissioners meetings. And they finally got it so the LAPD, who was in their pocket for 50 years, had to stop working their events because when this first started, it started in LA in front of their biggest place in Hollywood, and they were arresting the protesters all the time. And you had 10 people filming the interaction, but hoping it didn't happen. That wasn't the point. They would arrest them on Friday, make them sit till Monday, and then drop all the charges. It was punishment. But we had hundreds of hours of them being corrupt, so that we made such a noise that they had to start hiring private security. To us, that's a win. We made a change. It's a small. No.
Okay.
3 years ago, I knew nothing.
I was just wondering if you came out of it or not.
No. 3 years ago, I knew nothing, and this guy who is an ex-member has a really big channel, came into my YouTube feed, and I binge-watched the past year of his videos. And so I really deep dived into it, and I've heard everything from actual ex-members that have went through this stuff. I never watched a documentary or anything.
Well, I'm glad you're down here making your voice known.
Yeah, we're all over the world now. We've got a bunch of us doing
your thing.
this.
And like I said, we're just walking around.
You too,
and
you
see what
too.
we do.
Good luck.
We're going down here and back up the other side.
All right.
Until God leads me to somebody and I talk to them.
All right.
We'll see you. Take care.
All right, you too. Go kiss the cop. I might get arrested for that. Okay, I gotta pay more attention to the chat right now, guys, than I usually do. Just if you could. Oh, Brazil's in the house. I can't read that, sorry, Justin. It's actually pretty nice. When I check the weather, because it's different, I live like an hour and a half north. I think it's only supposed to get down to 65 before I leave, which I'm actually upset about. Oh, Culver City. Hello, Eric. Oh gosh. These people in their mufflers, man. So, there are more people down here than I expected. I think because it's nice. When it starts getting cold, nobody's really going to be out here that much. So I'll probably start going back to the org more. Because I can go down there when it's cold and put my chair out with a blanket. That's why nobody's covered up, because it's so nice out. I'm tired. I'm like, usually we're not using the air conditioner by now, and we're still using the freaking air conditioner. The sun makes the inside of the house hot. Hey, Christopher, Canada, woo, in the house. Awesome, awesome. We're in Austin, Texas today. And we got Sergeant Texas in the house. Sergeant Texas is here a lot.
I can show you where it went.
Good to see you, good to see you. I'm gonna have to mod myself, so just do me a favor, and if I don't notice, if you're gonna spam, I'm gonna put you in timeout. Okay, you can stay, but be in on a conversation. In between talking to people, I'll talk to you guys about Scientology if you want to know, or we can just hang out and watch people till somebody wants to stop and talk to me. Surprisingly, a lot of people stop and talk to me. We are in Austin, Texas, on 6th Street, which Austin is considered the live music capital of the world because the whole city plus 6th Street. This street used to be blocked off to cars. I don't know why they started doing that this year. And this whole street for blocks is nothing but bar with live bands playing. Austin, what to what? Yeah, so there's other places say they're the music capital. We're the live music capital. And we have like a big South by Southwest music festival. And what it is all these venues have live bands, and you get an armband and you can go from place to place to place all over the city. It's over on Guadalupe, but I started coming out here in May when classes stopped because it was dead over there, because I work nights and I'm asleep during the day, so it's been so hard to get back over there. So I started doing this, and it's been really successful. We're trying to branch out to places that aren't just in front of the orgs, and just to talk to people and spread the information. I am going to get back over there as soon as I can. When it's going to start getting cold soon, and people aren't going to be out here that much. We're in Austin, Texas. Yeah, everybody's having a party. I've been very surprised that the people that stop and talk to me, that are out having a good time and want to talk about my sign and what I'm here for. A lot of people don't know what Scientology is. They don't realize how heinous it is, because they have a lot of money, because people like Tom Cruise and Nancy Cartwright have given them tens of millions of dollars. So they look legitimate, and they bullied the IRS, 2,200 lawsuits against individual agents and the IRS, and they bullied them back in '96 to give them their tax exempt status back. Yeah, Austin city limits. You're close. Yeah, I think that's considered the longest running live television show, like in history. I'm in New York on 5th. You're funny. We do have somebody that goes to the Times Square org sometimes. So I'm actually don't live in Austin. I drive down here. Oh gosh. I'm actually only a couple doors down from Joe Rogan's comedy club. One of these days I'm gonna go in there. Yeah. Austin isn't, Christopher. I will tell you this. Other places in Texas, yes. Austin is its like own little country in the middle of Texas. Austin is not like the rest of Texas. All right. So you get a mixed bag here. I'm gonna look away. I'm gonna lower the camera a little bit because I'm short and I'm straining my neck. And that's better. Alrighty. The Army brought us here in '93. We've been here 32 years. It used to be better. No, Allie, not really. There's probably a lot of cowboys, but there's a lot of hipsters and Gen Z and there's a lot of tech people down here. You have Dell and a lot of these big companies. So Austin is very different than the rest of Texas. Oh yeah, Christopher. Yeah, my husband, that's where we live, Fort Hood. So my husband got stationed at Fort Hood in '93 and was stationed there for 17 years. And then he retired in 2010 and we stayed. My husband did 21 years. We both went in the reserves in high school together. And then after 2 years, he transferred over to active duty, and I just did my term and got out. Yeah, that was a good show. Oh, so you were asking me about Will Smith. So yeah, they try to say they're not, but they were. And I think that's why their kids are a little messed up, because they homeschooled and let their kids do some really weird stuff. I used to like them until I found out more. Thank you, Carlos. So how long were you at Fort Hood? I'll tell you guys, all this talk about housing being expensive. Colleen, in 2009, I was working on base at that time. It was like Newsweek or someplace big like that. We're in America. Oh, you were 2 years old. Okay. Okay. I get it. Colleen was nationally the best cost of living in the United States. And it's still pretty good. My daughter, we knew it was possible she'd meet somebody from somewhere else, and she did. He's from Southern California. So 3.5 years ago, she moved to Southern California. Well, they broke up, so she's paying over $1,900 a month in rent and utilities for a one-bedroom apartment with 3 kids. When here, she could be buying a house for less than that. Probably a 3-bedroom house. Yeah, good group. Yeah, because some of the country, some of the originals like Willie Nelson and Waylon Jennings that really helped this place, a lot of them really were outlaw country or a little bit rock. It was a little different. Sri Lanka. All right. Oh, that sounds so fun, Theron. Well, I'm going to say this, though. Being 14, this may not be the channel for you to watch because we do get some crazy people that walk by. Oh, no, Theron. Oh, I know how that feels. I have an implant in my back. That's the only reason I'm able to come down here. Yes. Yes, it is, Zella. Normally, it's not. Now, we do go to Halloween usually and don't need jackets, but this is ridiculous to be almost halfway through November and I'm still not wearing a jacket. And I'm mad because that's when we try to save on our electric bill because we're in between the AC and the heater for at least a month. See, here we only have 2 seasons, winter and summer. There's no in between. Trinidad, nice to see you. This is Austin, Texas. It is considered the live music capital because we have this whole street of, so that's bar, and they all have live bands playing. I don't think so, local. I actually think that's just how they dress down here. School teacher from Sweden. Oh, you're in Virginia. That's why you're on our time schedule. I used to have somebody from Sweden that would watch me, but time schedule, he hasn't been able to. Oh, yeah! Copper's Cove. My son and my grandson lives in Copper's Cove. Thank you, Professor Khan. I appreciate that. I've been pretty good with the trolls tonight. I appreciate that. Beale Street in Memphis. Yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah, for sure. I'm not sure what they call that. It's like you have the country music capital. You have the music capital. They might be the rock music capital. Temple, Texas. I know. I don't even know how Temple got its name, to be honest. I've worked in Temple a couple times. Because it's about, without traffic, I think I can get to Temple in 25 minutes. Oh, I know. Thank you. No, my kids are in their 30s. I'm going to be 57. 4 more months. 3 more months. The land of Carnival. Oh man, I have wanted to do a cruise in the Caribbean so bad. Actually, we were seriously looking to move to Belize. I was actually looking at condos about right after he retired. Custom builds. Yeah. I've not ever seen anything like that, but that's just me. Like I said, so the place, Austin, is not like the rest of Texas. And then where I live is a military town. So literally everybody that's there is from somewhere else. So I've been here 32 years and don't have an accent. They did beat the word pop out of my vocabulary, and I say soda, and I say y'all all the time. That's all they got out of me. Jasper and Biter. Yeah. Yeah, Zella. Yeah. Well, there's a lot more going on in Austin. We would come down, especially when my daughter was in high school and my husband was overseas. We would come down here to the malls and shop. Because up until the mid-2000s, we had nothing in Killeen. Nothing. And so we had to go to Temple or Austin for everything. And then they finally started booming and building more restaurants and new streets and more houses, and it boomed. Yeah. Austin, yeah, we didn't come down that much in the 90s because we were broke. But my daughter, let's see, she's 32 now. So 18. So it was 14 years ago. So early 2000s is when I was really coming down here a lot. Be nice, Custom. We try to be nice. I have a cuz. Oh yeah, there's some military here, and there's a lot in San Antonio. There's like 3 or 4 Air Force bases because we've gone down there for medical procedures before we had the new hospital. All right. So we're about the same age. My daughter's 32 and my son is 37, and they both have birthdays in January. They're 5 years and 8 days apart. No, did you see it? You might have. Around here, anything is possible. Oh, look at the butterflies. Look at the butterflies. Hey, show me your butterflies. They weren't interested. If you have any questions, yeah, I honestly never partied down here. If you have any questions, let me know. Yes, he did, Bartholomew. So I actually have a 10-minute video on my channel. Most of my stuff is under the live tab, but this is one of the few recordings I did. And I did a little bit of research from this book called A Piece of Blue Sky, and I talk about L. Ron Hubbard and black magic. And the fact that, so he studied hypnotism, black magic to be able to control people, and he worked with Jack Parsons, who was Aleister Crowley's protege in the United States. He actually lived with him in 1946, 47. Hey, Annis, be nice. I just put you in timeout. We try not to get too vulgar here. I got in, I got, Borger, Fort Worth, Dallas, Brownwood, and Waco. I work in Waco. Hi, say hi. What's all the costumey type stuff they're wearing tonight? You know, the college students are always doing something. When I'm over at the org across from the college, I'll see big groups in outfits that match, and it's probably sororities and stuff. Hey, Ted, how are you? Eric, I might. Let's see how it goes. I might need you. If I really start talking to people, I might tag you in. I would appreciate it. I'm gonna try to handle it. Oh my, I live next door to the HQ. Oh, Honolulu, yeah. Yep. That's the thing, they look legitimate because they have so much stinking money. And so and they give money to politicians. So trolls need love too. Actually, trolls don't bother me. As long as you're not vulgar, I will talk to trolls. I have turned trolls into subs before. Hey, Cinderella. But yeah, Natalie, she's from Hawaii, and her sister, she has a channel called Natalie Life After a Cult. She got 3 generations of her family out, and she was raised in Hawaii in that org for a long time. Matter of fact, was it the guy that murdered John Lennon? She met him, and he went into Scientology one day when she was a kid. I know. Isn't that weird? Because it's nice out, I guess. So in 21 years, I only had 2 duty stations. Fort Ord in California, which we closed in 93 and moved here, and then I never went anywhere. My husband had 2 hardship tours to Korea and Panama, so he had 4, if you don't count training, he had 4 duty stations. I don't know what happened. When you get to Fort Hood, it's like the what do I want to see? Quicksand of the Army. We got here in 93 and met people that had been here 12 to 13 years, and we thought it was weird. If you have any questions, I'm here.
You're a Scientologist?
No.
What are you?
Those are crimes.
You believe in Jesus Christ?
Yes. But that's not what brought me here. What brought me here was the child abuse in
Christ, my
Scientology.
Lord and Savior.
Right on.
Take care, alright?
All right.
Have a good night.
Thank
Stay
you.
safe, alright?
I will. Magic rituals. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. You're caught up on that. So, Doug, be nice. Oh, were you really? Oh my gosh, we've been in both the same duty stations. I love Fort Ord, but he was a broke nothing when we were there. So we didn't even get to go to the Monterey Aquarium. So we didn't get to enjoy it when we lived there. But I was so upset when they closed that post. It was small and great. Okay, that's cool, Doug. Yeah. We just try to keep it chill here. It is, let me check. I just checked what the lowest would be around when I leave at 3 a.m. It's supposed to be like 65. So.
Hey, as somebody who's actually infiltrated that Church of Scientology on Guadalupe,
Yeah.
I'd have to agree with you. That's straight up.
I've been going over there too and talking to the students.
Yeah, that's a straight up cult, man.
It is.
I done actually infiltrated them, man.
Yeah?
That motherfucker, yeah. I had one of them, I'm talking about somebody high up, he had me on speed dial. Motherfucker so goddamn arrogant and full of himself, and they're all about money and shit, man.
Oh, it is. Totally is. Yeah.
Straight up cult, man.
The guy that started it was a science fiction writer, and he told his agent, I'm not making any money on my books, so I'm going to start a religion.
That's cool.
Yep. And the people in will never hear that because they're not allowed to look at that stuff.
Cool.
Oh, it's 60. No, that's Waco. Hold
Keep
on.
on putting the word out. God bless.
Thank
Happy
you.
holiday.
Thank you. All right, I work in Waco. Let's see. Right now it's 65. And nice. And not very windy, which I like.
Happy holiday.
So we were at Fort Ord 89. I got there 90 to 93. Oh, that's cool. So we started reading the book that I got it from, and I want to go back to doing that because last year we read Dianetics, which was L. Ron Hubbard's first book, and it really helped me learn and understand how they get people in, what they're going through and stuff. And then A Piece of Blue Sky was written by a guy who was in, got out, and has done nothing but research and get evidence and stuff that most people don't have. And he's written several books, and he just came out with another one. If you go to Natalie Life After a Cult channel, she has done 2 or 3 long interviews with the author. And then, so he worked with Jack Parsons trying to bring forth the Antichrist and using, what's the word I want? I want to be careful. Intimate magic. And he actually put in, they released a course, I can't remember which level it was, back right after he died. And the very first paragraph, it stated, L. Ron Hubbard said, I am the Antichrist. And it was on it for about a week. And then they were like, oh crap, and took it out. You can say that. I just didn't want to say it out loud. We had somebody in here that was 14 earlier, so I'm being careful. So they found out that he thought the second coming is going to be an alien invasion, and that he wants to bring forth the Antichrist to stop that. That's how crazy this guy was. Somehow he combined alien, because when they get to OT3, what a lot of you may not know, go to YouTube and look up South Park Tom Cruise in the closet with John Travolta, and they talk about Xenu and Be Nice Into I just did it for I don't know how to get rid of a comment. I'll have to learn. We are in Austin, Texas, on 6th Street, which is the live music capital of the world, because it's nothing but live bands after live bands playing for blocks. So we were talking about L. Ron Hubbard, the creator of Scientology, was a science fiction writer, and he was an evil genius. He was very evil in the stuff that he put out, but he was a genius in that he ran it hands off and created centers and let his people run them. So when he died, it outlived him. Most cults, I think almost all cults, die when the leader dies. And because it's hands-on, it's a small group, the leader is doing his own whatever he wants, getting in trouble, and it usually implodes. So in that South Park episode, so when they get to level 3, you have to pay a bunch of money. So a lot of, when you go into the orgs and you talk to people in there, they don't know about this because they're the slave labor force and they haven't gone up the bridge because it costs hundreds of thousands of dollars to do that. Well, there's a lot of people who have gotten out since and told everybody that when they got to OT3 and read what it was, they knew it was BS and they were done. They couldn't get out because their whole family was in, their friends were in, their job was with a Scientologist. So they're what we call an under-the-radar Scientologist. They want to leave, they don't believe in it, but they can't get out. They make it so coercive, and they destroy families. If you leave and your spouse doesn't, you have to get a divorce. You cannot talk to anyone in Scientology if you leave. Now, if you leave quietly, sometimes you can, but more often than not, you can. And so they find out that L. Ron Hubbard or the Scientology belief system is that 72 trillion years ago, there was another galaxy that was overcrowded, and Lord Xenu took a bunch of people, I think that he didn't like, and he froze them. He put them on ships, brought them to this planet, dropped them in volcanoes where they died, and they're thetans. What we would call a soul or a spirit, they call a thetan, was roaming around just in the air, and when humans started popping up, they started taking over human bodies. And so they believe that when they die, they're just dropping the body and they're going to go find a new baby body. They believe in this so much that they have Facebook groups where if somebody's pregnant and you have an older Scientologist that might be dropping the body, they will literally connect with them and say, my mother is a OT8 great committed Scientologist, and I want to know, can she take over your baby's body when she passes? Literally, they do that. Star Trek. So they think they live multiple lives. Now that's where the child abuse comes in, because they look at their children like adults in small bodies. Because they're like, well, you could have been an 80-year-old man in your last life, you could have been a woman in the life before that, and oh, hey, I'm from Ohio. Oh my gosh, Christopher, we have way too much in common. We're from Ohio, near Columbus. My husband and I went to high school together in the 80s. And so that's just so trippy. You've been to the bases we were at, and you're from where we're at. That is so cool. So back to essaying a child or pulling a child out of school to do manual labor 7 days a week, 365 days a year, they don't consider child abuse because they're not children. The guy that caught my attention and made like a stand. It's a cult. Once you join, they don't let you leave. They will literally put you in a room under guard. Oh. Most cults don't call themselves a cult.
Exactly. Oh, I didn't see that Scientology.
Oh, no, those are the crimes. Right on. I don't know how people, just south and west side, area near Columbus. I try to stay a bit vague. My email's in my description. If you want to email me, I'll give, but I try to stay kind of vague. We still have family back there. Yeah, I miss Ohio. I never liked the heat here. So that's what brought me down here. So was how they treat children. Anyway, growing up in Scientology is the channel that I deep dive. Yes,
Everybody
it is.
agrees with you out here,
I know.
right?
Well, I get a lot of people that don't know about Scientology.
Wait, elder abuse? Who abused the elder? See, there it
Oh,
is.
Scientology. When you sign a contract to work for them until you die. When you get too old to move, they put you in a home with a bunch of other no medical care.
They don't know what Scientology
They don't. They think.
I'm there outside. I don't know what shit
They think Scientology will help them physically, so they don't get medical care. And then what they do is they take credit cards out in their name with fraudulent information because they only used to make $50 a week.
Damn, you got a lot.
30. Yeah.
Can I get on there?
Over there.
Live, what's going on live?
So
Tom Cruise is a beta cuck. Scientology is not real.
Ashley
My name is Joe and James Tyson from Nashville, Texas.
familiar.
And I do it big, baby! I don't go to school. Hey,
All right, you guys.
Go Reds, Ole Miss, by damn, baby. Lane Kiffin saying Ole Miss.
All right. Oh, I missed this paragraph of this guy. There's a lot of channels talking about strange meteor swinging bar galaxies. That's actually funny. Could be governor. You know what? I do conspiracy theories and aliens and all that kind of stuff when I do my from home streams when we're just chatting and hanging out. I've done a few. Found a bar. Oh my gosh, really? So that's trippy. I haven't been home in a while. Every time we went home the last few times was for funerals. Both of our parents are gone, and I don't have any siblings. And well, I have a half sister, but we don't get to talk too much. Yep, 36, Dada. What's up? So I will say my family originally, no one's there anymore. It's from the west side of Columbus. But it's gotten pretty. The last few times I was on the west side, it was kind of sad. It got pretty kind of bad. I wish I would have bought my grandmother's house when she passed back in, I think, 2010. So, but yeah, I mean, the more you hear about Scientology, the more it sounds made up. And what I mean is, like, I'm making it up because it's so bizarre, but it's true. That's the weird part, is it's true. Everything I talk about, I found out from ex-members who escaped a lot of times, who are in it for most of their lives and have gotten out in their 30s and 40s or later. And some of them have been through some real hell in there because they have a slave labor force they call the Sea Org. It's like a military group. They used to wear Navy uniforms, and they have a ship that they can do services on. It's usually docked in Aruba. Because L. Ron Hubbard, the original leader, was in World War II in the Navy, and he was a crappy sailor. Got in trouble, did everything wrong. So he wanted to, I don't know, live his glory days. So he made up the Sea Org, bought some ships, they're down to one now, and called himself Commodore. Those are some funny stories. Lives in Delaware. Oh, okay, yeah, I know where Delaware is. Oh, awesome, Christopher, thank you. Oh, thanks, Ella. Thank you so much. Sometimes I think this is boring for people, but I watch weird stuff too. There's a guy in Tokyo that I watch when he just walks around the city. I like his streams where he doesn't talk because it's relaxing. He has some where he talks to people, and he has some where he just walks. Oh yeah. Oh, Lakeline Mall. Yeah, we used to go to Lakeline Mall all the time. It's been a long time though. Now we have malls where I live, but back in the 90s and early 2000s, we didn't have crap. Hey, Timinator. Yep, we're on 6th Street. Oh, thanks, Christopher. I'm trying not to yell at you guys. It's just so loud here. That's why I like having my mics. Yeah, oh, I do too, Dada. Go to Tokyo Explorer. I think that's the channel. And he does it in the rain sometimes. And he's gone to other places besides Tokyo. Some of them, the cities can be a little loud, but he does somewhere he goes. I liked watching Japan creators so much a few years ago that I wanted to go do an extended, like 6 months to a year trip and rent an apartment and just having like an extended vacation because it's just looks so great. Wasabi, Osama teriyaki. I can't do the wasabi. Yeah, I know. I didn't realize. When I have the mics on, I don't think you guys can hear it as well. I try to stay on this corner because I'm farther away from stuff. I tried a quieter corner a couple weeks ago, and it felt more dangerous to me because there was less people, and my husband was watching. He's at work right now. And he said there was way more homeless people coming around my stuff, and some of my stuff disappeared out of my wagon when I wasn't looking. But yeah, I love 60s, 70s rock. I like all music. Right now I've been into K-pop. I know, weird. Really, I only listen to BTS because when I got sick in 2010, I went from being a fully functioning human being, working. Hi.
You like Scientology?
No.
Me either. I see all the. Are you on TikTok live?
Yeah, we're over there. Yeah,
We
no.
don't like
I come down to
Scientology.
educate, and I go over to the org to let the students know.
We don't
go
mess
in
with
there.
Scientology. It's a cult. I know all about it, man. I know all about it.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Don't do it. You will be trapped. Do not do it. Don't sign up to nothing.
Don't do it.
None of that.
Yeah, we do, Terminator.
Okay, have a nice man.
All right, you too. Have a good night. So that's what brought me down here. I just started doing this Friday night thing when classes let out in May because it was dead over there. I used to go 3 times a week to the org because they opened up right across from our University of Texas. The original leader bought that building 56 years ago because it was across from the university. Well, they left for a few years to refurbish and did a grand reopening about 19 months ago. And that's when I started coming down, and I just kept going. I didn't know this was on my bingo card. So, konnichiwa. Konnichiwa. I know it's not Housewell, but I get what you're saying. Yeah, I know. BTS, oh my God, I'm so in love with BTS. It's amazing. Also, what I was saying is, so I got sick.
Scientology's for
Blue sky. I know how you mean.
Scientology isn't cool.
Yes, it is. Right on.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was gonna shit on you. Why do you want to brainwash me?
Yeah, most cults don't call themselves a cult. I don't get why people are confused because I'm like, cults don't really say they're a cult.
Yeah. Scientology. Wait.
You can see over there.
Christian?
Huh?
Christian?
Yes, but what brought me here wasn't even that. But I don't
Scientology.
care what other religions do until it gets abusive.
Were you in
And because no,
That shit's weird.
I did yes. So they believe they live multiple lives. So they look at their kids as adults in small bodies. So
What?
assaulting a child, taking them out of school and putting them to work 365 days a year for 110 hours a week, they don't think it's child abuse because they could have been an 80-year-old man in their last life. So they don't look at them
We
as
should start a
children.
genocide against Scientology.
Yes.
Well,
Mass genocide.
we just
I
want
love
Congress
mass
to hold
genocide.
hearings.
Let's start a genocide against
No,
Scientology.
no.
Let's start a genocide.
Mass
All right. Okay. Got my head around how Hubbard went from World War II service. Yeah, I know. Well, I read his history, and he was a crappy soldier. Actually, if you go back to when I started reading A Piece of Blue Sky, we went through his history. That's all I got through. And we talked about his naval career, and it was so bad. Just so bad. Oh, did we get an R word? I didn't see that. Thank you, Eric. Thank you so much. Oh, I was laughing at you, Blue Sky, about the complete sentences. I know what you mean. Voodoo Donuts. I don't know. I haven't been all the way up and down the street here. I don't see it. You know what, Eric? Here. Take care of it. I'm gonna be pretty open tonight, Eric. You didn't turn blue. Say something. Let me see if you're blue. Right on. Debbie, I try not to talk about people. There was a couple times I said something like, "Where is your mother?" I'm like, even when I was young and thin, I wouldn't wear. Okay, there you are. All right. I'm gonna be pretty cool about most things tonight. I'm not gonna delete anybody if they get political. I'm gonna say I'll give them the warning. We don't do politics. If they keep on, then I do timeout.
Thank you for doing this.
Thank you. No problem.
Fuck Scientology. Thank you for doing this.
Oh, pink sign. It might be. I'm at Darwin's Pub on, where am I? San Jacinto. If you look it up, you might find where it's at. Yeah, well, Eric is a big friend to the channel. We actually did we've done panels on my channel. We did one about fibromyalgia and chronic pain, and then we did one on autism with Eric, which was really good. If you guys want to go check it out. I need to learn to go in and clip things smaller. 20 cans of biscuits. I know, Christopher. Me too. Oh, no, but I've heard of it. I used to come down a lot more, and when I was coming down, I was trying to go to different restaurants, but it just got, because it takes, when I come down, especially during the day, with the drive, let's say, 3-hour round trip drive, 3 hours on this, it's 5 to 6 hours. It's like my whole day. So I'm usually pretty quick to want to get home. So, I forget what I lose my train of thought sometimes. Say, oh, Bill, I missed you. Where are you? Did I not see you? Oh, whoops. Accident. Oh, there you are.
I like your signs.
Oh, thank you. Good to see you. Oh my God, you guys. It smells like pee right here. Oh. I'm gonna have to bring some essential oil to put under my nose. I'm right by a tree. I think somebody used it recently. Yeah. We're doing pretty good tonight, y'all. Oh, yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah. Let's see, where else did I live that they did? Oh, so they had a lot of that when we first got to Fort Hood, because it used to be a dry county or city. I think Killeen was dry, because in the next town over, right on, the two towns pretty much touch each other. But right at the city limits, there's this strip of bars. And when we first got there, when I was younger and I used to do clubs, you had to sign a membership. They weren't public. So when you walked in, you paid your $5 and you filled out a membership card, and that's how they got around it. And there were places that you could BYOB. I've been here I like everything about Texas except the heat. I even like the different cities and their different, feels. Austin's different than San Antonio. It's different than Houston. It's different than Dallas, Fort Worth. It's pretty cool. Thank you, Professor Khan. I appreciate that. I don't know how to do that myself. I'm sure there's a way I can cut and paste. I've heard of Denton. I don't know that I think I drove through. Is that north of Dallas, or is that the one near the border? There's two that sound the same. If it's the one north of Dallas, then I've been through it. We were actually going to Ohio, and we went up through Oklahoma. Yeah, Dada, yeah. Okay, yeah. We went through there when we went home one Christmas, and we have a friend in Oklahoma we stopped and visited in Okmulgee, something like that. Okmulgee? I don't know if I'm saying that right. It's been a long time. That just reminded me, I need to check on him. He just had heart surgery. Really? Yeah, I know. Yeah, I can see that. I've never really hung out in College Station, but again, I drove through there, going to Houston, going the back way. But it's college town, I would think they would. I mean, we even have a strip near like I was saying, you can walk from bar to bar to bar. All the soldiers go there. What's funny is, all the soldiers come here to meet girls, because up there it's 10-to-1 girls to soldiers, to boys. And then the girls from down here go up there to meet soldiers, because my husband used to work, we both work security now. After he retired, he was working the clubs up there. And he's the one that told me that. Oh, is it really? I didn't know that. Look. Yeah, there's always a good band in this place next to me. I don't know if it's the same band, but they're always playing really good music. I know. Well, what I don't understand, stumbled 6th Street multiple times. When I got here, the first night I did it back in May, I was over there, and they had this street blocked off, part of it, and all the cops were stationed there, and that's the only night they did it. And I walked over there, and I talked to them, and I said, when did they open this street to traffic? And he said, fairly recently. And I said, why? And he said, I don't know. And I said, that is ridiculous. He said, yep, we agree. Because you've got inebriated people walking through here, and some of these sidewalks are not very wide. And I can just see somebody, we've almost seen accidents right here, people crossing when they shouldn't in cars, and it's scary. Oh yeah, A&M, now that makes sense, I remember, yeah, Aggies. I wanted to be a UT fan because I'm a big Ohio State fan, Ohio State Buckeyes. I'm not really an NFL I do watch, but what's funny is I watch football and my husband hates sports. Me and my friend years ago, when I had a friend, me and her planned Thanksgiving around the games. Her man and my man, neither one of them watched football. We did. But I'm a big college ball, and I wanted to be a UT fan. I can't get past the burnt orange color, because every school I went to had red or blue in it. So it was really, and so I tried to be an Aggies fan, but they were too far away. So I gave up. Sometimes I get to see my Buckeyes, and sometimes I don't. It just depends. Yeah, they did. Me too. We came on our anniversary many years ago, and we just walked down the middle of the street and didn't even go in because everything was so packed. We didn't want to go in. We just walked down the middle and just listened. Oh, now I've been to Bourbon Street too. My dad lived in New Orleans for 14 years. And he actually lived on St. Charles and then Napoleon, where the parade would just go right by his house. And I went and visited him right after I turned 21, and I was on my way to California. My husband had finally gotten government housing for us because we couldn't afford to get an apartment in California. So I waited 8 months back home. And so I stopped in New Orleans on the way, and we went to Bourbon Street in April on a Thursday in 1990, and that was too much for me. I could not imagine being there during Mardi Gras. And my son, who was 2, fell and got his first black eye on Bourbon Street.
Hi, we saw your sign.
Yeah.
We want to know why.
Why it's a cult?
Yes.
Because a religion you can leave when you don't want to go anymore. Well, in Scientology, they won't let you leave. They have a slave labor force that signs a contract that they'll work for them until they die.
Yeah.
And they work 7 days a week, 365 days a year, for $50 a week.
$50 a week.
And-
I went in there
well,
once for like a tour, and the vibes were really off. Like they were trying to keep us in there.
It's all about stats and making money for them because, and a lot of what you see in there now is second and third generation. They've been indoctrinated since they were kids. No TV, no radio, no internet. They're not allowed to look at any anti-science. We've had people escape in trunks of cars. We ran off the road. We put in a room under guard because they thought they wanted to leave. Yeah, and that's what we're trying to get out to our government so they will hold hearings on this.
Wait, do you know anybody who's like affiliated with them?
Well, that's what got 3 years ago. There's a whole group now on YouTube and TikTok that are all working. We have 200 channels all working for the same goal, and there's about 50 of us protesters all over the world. Austin, LA, Portland, Australia, UK, everywhere.
Were you part of it before?
No, 3 years ago I knew nothing.
Yeah.
And this guy came into my feed one day who was an ex-member.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't know anything. So I deep dived a year of his videos. I just binge watched, and I was shocked. So then that was late 2022, early 25, 24. Yeah. So 23, all of 23, I watched him. He started encouraging other members to start channels. Told us about other members who had channels.
Yeah.
And then in about 2 years ago, we had some TikTokers on Hollywood Boulevard start showing up and just doing this,
Yeah.
just filming, and they were closing their doors. How many religions that close their doors and blinds because you're just standing outside? And they got them to close their doors for like 10 months. And we saw them doing it when they reopened across from the college here the beginning of last year. I drove down 75 miles to them down here. And we all came down for the grand opening. And I didn't know I was still going to be here almost 2 years later. And so I used to go, I talked to the students. We're just.
Are there a lot of students part of it?
They're not really getting new members.
Because why is it? How are they in business? Yeah.
Because the public, so they have 3 levels of members. They have the slave labor force, the Sea Org.
Yeah.
They have staff, which they're supposed to get $200 a week, but neither one of them will get paid if that org does not make any money. Money does not come down, it only goes up. Do you know they've owned that building for 56 years and they still have to pay the mother church rent?
Really?
Yeah, they
How they get people, like, would you say there's a lot of, like, homeless who, like, go away?
no,
and get,
they don't want that.
What do you
No,
want
if you
then?
don't have
Or, like,
money to give them and you have a problem, they don't like people with disabilities. That's why you never saw John Travolta's son.
Yeah.
Because John Travolta's in. So you have people like Tom Cruise, John Travolta, other millionaires that are in the public, they're treated a little different. And they do the courses and spend all the money. Like Nancy Cartwright is Bart Simpson's voice. You know who that is? Bart Simpson? She's given $50 million to the church. Tom Cruise, probably more than that. And so they have $1 billion in offshore bank accounts that the members don't even know, because they're always asking members for more money. So they have all this money and they look legit, and
So they're laundering.
so they sued the IRS in the 90s 2,200 times to get their tax exempt status back.
Yeah.
Other countries won't give it to them because they said, you have a price list for your courses. You're not a church, you're a business.
Yeah.
And so you have to go up this bridge. They tell you you're going to be a powerful being, and you can control matter, energy, and space and time. That's what Tom Cruise thinks. And you spend about $300,000 to do that. And when you don't have that money, that's when they sign you up for slave labor.
Yeah.
So really what you're seeing right now is second and third gen who, before the internet, who got sucked in, and they love bomb you, they get you in, and it's a slow burn.
Yeah.
You know, they're really good at what they do. And although they think they're saving the planet. And so the people in there they're victims too.
Yeah.
So when I'm over there, I have a different sign that shows the 2 foundations that'll help them escape. How many churches do you know that have foundations that help them escape? They have to help them get a GED because they've been taken out of school. They have to get them an apartment, a job because they have no work history, and they help them do all that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Work is really good.
Yeah, so I just started coming down here when classes let out, and I work nights, so it's been hard for me to get up during the day to go over there. I used to go 3 times a week last year. So, but this has been great. I've got to talk to a lot of different people that don't know much about Scientology. And the more we can get out, I'm hoping some senator's daughter will hear about us. We want Congress to hold hearings over the child abuse because they think their children are adults in small bodies because they live multiple lives.
Yeah.
So, assaulting a child will not get you kicked out of, or essaying a child won't get you kicked out. But if you take that Scientology to the authorities, you'll get kicked out. Yep. It's a high crime to take another Scientologist to the authorities. So if you go into business with Scientology and they screw you over, you're screwed. You can't do anything about it. And that happens a lot. And so you just have these different levels so you have the public that makes it look legit. What we're trying to tell people about is the slave labor force. And they get away with it because they call them religious volunteers. They work 110 hours a week from dark to wee hours.
Yeah, no, I see them. They're so
And they think they're saving the planet, and their parents put them in as kids, so they don't know any better.
Yeah.
And that's another thing we're trying to help people get out. Yeah. I have walked up on them a couple times when they had their table outside, and they had a freshman that was new and far from home and had them bamboozled. And I walked up and started telling them the real deal, and they ran out twice.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah. So.
Have a good night, BC. I hope you're
Well, thank you for stopping and listening. Just spread the word. Thank you. All right, I gotta go check what's been going on. When I'm talking to people, y'all, I do not watch the chat. I'm sorry. Text save. Yeah, I need to figure out how to do that. I'll play with that one day. I've been lucky, you know. I always have somebody to help me out. Roger Waters. Oh yeah. So I saw the Eagles in '95 down here. Yeah, they just changed it recently. Yeah. That sounds about right, because I started coming down in May, right after classes let out, end of May, and that's when they told me it had been fairly recent that they closed it, or they opened it up, and I think it's stupid. Now, they said they had the option to, if things got out of hand, they could close it down. Yeah, thank you, Professor. Yeah, everybody told me not to come down on Halloween, and then I ended up picking up an extra shift. Somebody wanted it off, so I know. That's the way they dress now. Yeah, my daughter dresses kind of skimpy. She used to be a bartender. Oh, did he? Hey, there's Colin! We were talking about you earlier. How you doing? You can go over there and say hi. Over there. I know. I don't think I have anything on me today, man. I didn't bring, honey, I didn't bring nothing with me. Wait. Oh, that's newspaper. I try to have something for you. I'll give me next week. I'll have something for you.
Are you getting good response?
Yeah, I am. It still surprises me. People out bar hopping and having to type something, talk to me for 5-10 minutes.
Well, once you establish that you're clear, yeah, I want to talk about it. Last week I was my friend saw it on.
Ooh, I'm getting hearts. I've got some hearts. Saw some hearts.
Oh, you're watching that.
Oh, what's the gift thingy? Hey, Dusty! I'm behind on my chat. Yep, it is. It's to keep them in. Hey, Simon. Hey, Cricket.
Might be getting a new iPhone, and I'm getting started. Might be getting a new iPhone, I'm just getting funny.
Oh, that'll be fun. I'll watch.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a douchebag.
That'll be cool.
Somebody's gonna do my beard together.
Oh, just a second.
I'm gonna run this way. How long is it? Yeah.
I'm usually always here at about 1:30. I try to leave before the bars close.
Well, I won't be out here.
All right.
I'll walk back. I will walk out.
Okay. Bye.
I didn't actually get that.
He's cool. So he saved my life one day, so he's my friend. I can't read that user, but hi. Yep, it is Simon. That's what we're out here. It's fine. No. I have people do that all the time. It's tourists and stuff. Some people will ask me, can I take a picture of you and your sign? It's just something they see that's kind of interesting. They've already got a picture of my license plate over at the org. They know who I am. So I'm actually out here talking about Scientology with people because they opened about a little less than 2 years ago across from the university. And so when they did their grand reopening, I started coming down and I used to sit at the org and talk to the students. And I have a sign that tells the people inside that they can escape and the 2 foundations that will help them escape. And I have that up and I sit right outside. Well, in May, when classes let out and it got really dead, I'm like, and I started working nights this year after not working for 15 years. And now I'm on a weird schedule. And I was like, one day I was like, man, it'd be really nice if I could do this late at night. And I was like, I can go to 6th Street. We got people doing the strip in Vegas. And what we're just trying to get the word out. We have 200 channels of ex-members, protesters like myself, and supporter channels like true crime channels that talk about Scientology, all working to get the word out and trying to get the government to hold hearings on the abuses in Scientology. So 3 years ago, I didn't know anything. Some ex-member fell into my feed one day and I deep dived and I got passionate about it. When I heard they were opening here, I live 75 miles north and I still wanted to come down here and I'm still here, still coming. You know, it just was a good time in my life. My grandkids moved away. I wasn't working and I had time. So we're in Austin, Texas. Okay, George, we don't do politics on here. So I just removed the message. Oh, Eric got me too. So you can stay. I have a lot of people that come in here, and my passion is to get the word about the abuses in Scientology that they're getting away with every day. And so, you know, I never thought, I have a thing on my channel where I said how I became an, I just lost the word. Activist at 55. I'm 56 now. Okay. I don't know what you in Texas. Hey, Moves. Hey, Matt. How are you? Simon, the only way I can explain it is this, and what I've learned. Back in the late 70s, L. Ron Hubbard, the original leader, got in trouble for, they infiltrated the government. Go to Wikipedia and look up Operation Snow White. They literally had a bunch of Scientologists infiltrate the FBI, and they were going in to remove derogatory information about Scientology, and if they could put in new information. In 1978, 7 of them, I think, went to prison, and I don't know if that's when they lost their tax-exempt status, but they lost it because he was misappropriating the funds. Well, he died in the 80s, and in 93 or 96, the new leader, who, by the way, was not supposed to take over, but pulled a coup, and he's worse, he's horrible, he sued the IRS 2,200 times because they have so much money they can do that, individual agents and the IRS, and bullied them into giving them their tax-exempt status back. And they literally called him in and said, "Can you make this stop?" And he said, "Like a switch." And not only did they give their tax-exempt status, they gave extra protections, so you can't go after them through the IRS. The only way we can go after Scientology is through the DOJ on crime. So because they have so much money from the public, like John Travolta, Tom Cruise, Nancy Cartwright, the Duggan billionaires, given all this money, and they have all these pretty buildings and all these pretty uniforms, and they look legitimate.
Wait, can I ask what
Yes.
your live is about?
Over there. Oh, I'll turn it around.
Oh,
It's about Scientology.
Let's listen.
Just telling people about Scientology, and because they opened up across from the university, and just letting people know the uses that are going on, trying to get knowledge out so we can start to get the government to pay attention. So there's a bunch of us doing this all over the world now, in different countries.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I appreciate you. You have a good night.
All right, you too.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah. And, I used to think Tom Cruise maybe didn't know what was going on at the bottom because, he's treated like royalty there. But we found out, so him and David Miscavige, the current leader, are best friends. They're about the same age. They're both short. And they ride motorcycles together and stuff. Well, David Miscavige gave Tom Cruise the present of some Sea Org members to go work on his property, which is their slave labor force. So a guy worth $300 million or more had to have free labor. Now, they probably thought it was great because they got to get out of the org, out of their prison, and go work on Tom Cruise's property. So, yeah, I still like his movies. I know it's that's the thing. But if you look at his wives, how they've escaped. Katie Holmes, there's a whole story about how she had to escape. She had to have a burner phone because her phone was tapped. All of their personnel in their house and their drivers were Scientologists. She was watched every minute. I know. So luckily, and this is why they were surprised that David Miscavige let Tom Cruise marry her. Her dad was a divorce attorney. So he helped her get an apartment, a phone, a car, and get ready to leave. She must have had some dirt because she got her divorce in 5 weeks. How many celebrity divorces have you seen in 5 weeks? And he was allowed to see Suri, his daughter. He's the one that chose not to. Yeah, I saw him. It's okay, Bartholomew. I get that a lot. There's people that it could be a Scientologist spy. I don't really care. They know who I am. They got my license plate and stuff over by the org. They caught me at a light one day. So that's why I missed Kim, because I was trying. Well, my daughter and my husband ruined it because they are using their real names and came into my chat and said hi. And I'm like, guys. So it was pretty much out. So I'm not that worried about it.
I'm sorry to bother you.
No, it's fine.
But that guy I was with, did you see where he went?
I want to say he went that way, but I'm not positive. He went this way. I don't know if he went anywhere
Well,
after
let me say
that.
hi to your live really
Say
quick.
hi. No, I'm not, Matt.
Scientology is bad. Very bad.
No, I'm what we call never in. And a lot of the protesters are never ins. We just feel passionate about it after hearing the horror stories of the members who have channels or have done interviews on other channels. And so 3 years ago, I knew nothing and didn't know anything about it. And this guy came on my feed on YouTube, and he's an ex-member. He has a pretty big channel. And I was like, wow. So I binge watched the last year of his videos. He had been on for 5 or 6 years before that. And I learned all I could. And then I just watched him and got involved, watched people he had on and their stories. And he got other members to start channels, or he had, told us about members who had channels. And I've heard all of the, what are you doing?
Can you see it?
Yes, you're gorgeous.
2 people said I had good cheekbones or something.
You do.
I know, not know that.
Hey, deception.
I want to ask you a quick question.
Sure. You need a what? An umbrella? Where at?
There's a 24-hour smoke of rush,
Okay.
but I just felt a couple drops.
I would. I just can't leave right now. Yeah. Okay.
I'll follow up.
Okay. That's cool. All right. I miss 479. How can we shut them down? That's a good question. Oh, Kenji, they're all over the world. They're not just in America. They're in Australia, and we have people protesting these places. Denmark, UK, Paris. Germany won't recognize them as a religion because they have a price list on their services, and they said that's a business, not a church. The UK is investigating them because their living conditions are so horrible. We got pictures of where we think they were living, and there was mold on the beds. Canada, Mexico, and then major cities here. Yeah, Leah Remini, yeah, she was a big starter, and then people wrote books before that. But she was a celebrity, so she was like one of the biggest faces for a long time. She kind of has shit on our movement a little bit. She could have just stayed out of it. Instead, she just said some kind of crappy things about it. So, because even though she was in Sea Org, she was a celebrity. So she probably, I don't know what. I've never watched her show. I didn't have to. I've listened to so many. Yes, May. Last year, so let me go to the how do we stop them real quick. The best thing we can do, and what we have people doing, especially in LA where they're big, and Clearwater where they're big, is go to city council meetings, go to the commissioners meeting, tell them, especially if it's a city where they're at. One of the biggest reasons we're trying to get it out there is we're trying to get the government to hold hearings or a grand jury investigation into the child abuse and crimes going on in Scientology on a daily basis. Oh, Colin, the guy that was with me, no, he's cool, he's cool. Oh, they get 18 years? That's right, I think I remember that. Your cousin joined? Oh, dude. I'm sad about that. The best thing you can say to that person is not try to throw facts at them because they'll think you're lying. Ask them questions like, well, why can't you read any book you want? Why can't you watch TV? Why can't you look at anything you want on the internet? Because they're told that if they find out about the confidential upper levels that you pay all the money to go on, that they'll get pneumonia and die. So they're not allowed to look online or anything. If you're talking about Colin that was just here, yeah, he's a homeless guy. I met him when I first started coming down over at the org. And last year, if you go on my channel, most of my stuff's under live. I don't have much pre-recorded stuff. because I can't edit. Anyway, it says aggressive guy gets arrested. Well, Colin saved my butt that day. The guy was getting aggressive and more aggressive and more aggressive, and he got in between us. He was a homeless guy. I'd never seen him before or after, because they'll pay homeless people to come after us and mess with us. They've done it everywhere. And Colin got between us and stayed there. The guy kept trying to circle around and come up behind me. And finally he gave up and started going in businesses and being irate, and ended up in the middle of the street blocking traffic. And he's the one that I had to go off my live to call 911. But at the end of the live, I'm like, well, I thought about calling 911. Colin just says, call him now. And he was right. Now I have a second phone because I didn't like having to do that. Because if he did anything, I wanted it on camera. Yeah, I'll be honest, the PowerPoint might help, but it may not. I think some of the best things, I would go find some interviews. There's Nora, I don't know what her channel name is now. It used to be Oh No Nora. She went through the RPF because she was gay in Scientology, and you're not allowed to be that. And she pecked a girl, had a peck kiss, and they put her in the rehabilitation project course for several years. And it's like hard labor. They literally break rocks and are treated like scum on the bottom of your shoe. There's an interview out there that I thought about playing on a Bluetooth speaker out here. They talked about being in the RPF, and they're fed it from buckets of whatever's left over in the kitchen. They've had people lose so much weight and get dysentery, and it's possible people have died. Now they don't, and we're kind of, in a way, I'm kind of glad, because when they were allowing Sea Org to have children, so you're in the Sea Org, you have a kid. Well, the kid needs to be taken care of, and you're working 7 days a week. You get 1 hour a week with your kid. They had like 40 babies in a room with a couple of teenagers taking care of them. And, oh, is that what her channel is now? Crimes of Scientology? She's got a lot of good stories. Growing up in Scientology, he didn't really go through quite as bad of an experience, but he talks, he'll get you, he's had a lot of interviews. Jenna Miscavige, she's on TikTok. She is the leader's niece, and she is going whole hog on the celebrities that are in Scientology and how they're complicit. What was I saying? Yeah, she was in the Sea Org, but you know, those from celebrity families or rich families are treated a little bit different than the rest. So anyway, they were horribly taken care of, and it wasn't on purpose. They just didn't have the people or the knowledge. So Spanky, I don't know her last name, she used to work for Mike Rowe. If you go to Mike Rowe's channel, he did an interview, and she talked about why she left. She walked in, and her baby had flies all over his eyes. One of the babies in there had, the back of his head was flat from how long they'd been laying in the crib, and her child had a diaper on that looked days old, and she just grabbed, I don't know if it's 1 or 2 kids, she grabbed her kids and left. So the new leader stopped allowing them to have kids. If you get pregnant in the Sea Org, he sends you to the clinic. You don't have a choice. Now, if you decide to keep your child, which a lot of them did to get out of the Sea Org, because you can get married, but they'll send your spouse off to another country for 5 years. They don't care. And the only perk you get is your own room instead of in a room with 8 people sometimes. And if you get pregnant, like I said, they bus you to the clinic. They got to busing them, Spanky Taylor, yes. There's a really good, hold on. He's very colorful. That's the thing about these pedicabs now that they're electric. They have these huge boom boxes and they're loud. Okay. That's rude. We don't do that on my channel. Go find somebody else. Oh, I gotta check my time. Oh, we're good. We're good. People that stop and ask, top shelf. People stop and talk to me all the time. Oh, thanks, Miss Sunrise. I didn't even realize you were here. Oh, you said something. I see you now. Yeah, a lot of good channels. But anyway, so I watched this interview recently. The guy, it was horrible. And Jenna was put in the Sea Org as a child. And so way back, they don't technically do it anymore. So if you had a kid or already had a kid when you joined Sea Org, then your kid went to this place called the Ranch at 5, 6, 7 years old. And all they did was manual labor every day. And they were SA'd. They were being taken care of by teenagers, and it was just horrible. And they only got to see their parents an hour a week, if that. This is the kind of stuff we're trying to get out there, and that's why I'm here and why I'm talking to people, because it's more and more people that get this information. I think social media is going to be Scientology's downfall because they don't know how to deal with it. They can't shut us all up. They've tried. They've arrested a bunch of them in LA, and as soon as they got out of jail, they went right back to protesting. I've been prepared to get arrested since day one. I have 3 days of my meds. I have a shirt with long sleeves, and I used to have a cane that I brought. I don't use anymore. Oh, I didn't see that on one bike. I know, Simon. I know. It does to me too. It hurts my heart. There's been times it's made me cry many times. Many times. Yeah, I've listened to the people who've escaped, and they have to escape. We have 2 foundations that will help them escape. What religion do you know that has 2 foundations to help them escape? We've had them escape in trunks of cars. We've had them ran off the road. We've had them drugged back from bus stations and airports. They put people under guard when they thought they wanted to leave. So we read the first book. It was Another Science of Mental Health that he published in 1950. And what they do is they find people in need. It's not about being dumb. It's not about, you get a lot of smart people in. And they find your need and they tell you they can help you. And they put you through these courses. They love bomb you. And you're in it, and you're all in for a while, and it's a slow burn. It's a slow coercion and control until you don't even realize you're being controlled. The guy that created this was a science fiction writer that did a lot of research on hypnotism and black magic in the 40s, and it's all interspersed through Scientology's procedures. Yes, it's promoted as being self-help, but they're like, you go in, they'll give you a personality test, tell you this in your life is wrong, buy this book, take this course. It starts small, like $25, $50. Next thing you know, they are sitting you down in a room telling you, well, you have 3 credit cards with this much money on them, you need to give it to Scientology for future courses. And they do not let you leave that room until you do. And there's like somebody standing at the door with their arms crossed, and what they call the registrar is trying to get every dime they can. Yeah, Simon, for sure. And that's why a lot of us protesters are never in, because we heard these people's stories, and they're doing enough telling their stories online or writing books or being part of documentaries that a lot of us out here, like Miss Sunrise and some other people that have been on here earlier, and some people I used to be like that, where I was just in all the chats and talking with people and listening and, trying to donate to the foundations and then when about 19 months ago they opened up the org again, it was closed down for refurbishment. and they had a grand reopening, and I drive 75 miles to here. And I said, well, I'm going to come down for the grand opening, and I got my 50 subscribers the day before because one of the bigger channels shouted me out, and I went live that day, and I thought I didn't know I was going to be coming down, you know, almost 2 years later. Yeah, Scooter, she's in Canada. She does some protesting, and she has a great sub to her channel. She does a great report on all the channels, so anything going on Mondays. I listened to your show on the way here. Oh, well, thank you, Simon. Really, I think things happen for a reason. When growing up in Scientology came into my feed, I was actually bedridden and had been for about 13 years. Started in 2010. So I had the time to deep dive many hours into it. And then right before the place opened down here, I got an implant in my back, a pain stimulator. I have a disease and I have injuries too. It's separate things. I have so many things going on. And it healed right before they opened. And I think, you know, had I not been bedridden, I wouldn't have been able to deep dive. I wouldn't have been involved. And then I got healed right before they opened. And I just think things happen for a reason. Actually, I brought a chair that I'm going to sit on. I'm going to move the camera, look away. Oh, my back. Oh, I have got to get a cushion for this chair. Alright, I'm going to bring the camera down. I'm a little bit lower. Look away. Scooter will give you some Dramamine if you need it. There we go. So a few weeks ago, I stopped at IKEA on the way here. I literally had to run in. I had 10 minutes, and I got this bar height chair. So I can sit down. Now, when I'm over at the org, I have a camp chair that I can sit in. But since people stop and talk to me, actually a lot more here than they do at the org, I think I get more people stop. That way I'm high up enough that I can talk with them. Cricket's still here. Yeah, so it's all about making money, and they tell the people that they're saving the planet. They really think that. And these people that you see in there now, not the public with all the money, but the Sea Org slave labor force and the staff, they're not allowed, they don't know anything else. They're second and third generation and been indoctrinated since they were children. So I consider them victims too. And like I said before, we have two foundations that will help them escape. The SPTV Foundation and the Aftermath Foundation. So, and the SPTV recently said, they don't usually tell us much because it has to be private, because these people are escaping from a multi-billion-dollar human trafficking cult that has a special arm called Office of Special Affairs, and their whole job is to go after enemies of the church, and they call it the Dirty Tricks Department. They literally, when that Operation Snow White happened in 1978, there was a woman on trial for a bomb threat to the FBI building and was about to go to prison. And when the FBI, what do they call that when they go in and take all the records? Anyway, because of the charges, they went in and they got all the records. They found the Dirty Tricks Department program of what they were doing to this woman. They literally broke into her house, got stationery with her fingerprints on it to write the bomb threat to send, because she was speaking out against the church. She was an ex-member, I think, and they were about to put her there was a professor that was speaking out, and they actually paid one of his students to go and try to mess with him. That kid wasn't a Scientologist. They just paid him. Well, he ended up, it didn't work. The guy was, so they will, so ex-members that have gotten out, they've actually had people in their lives, set up people in their lives. They pay private investigators to go through their trash and follow them and stuff. The three girls that were Scientologists that Danny Masterson drugged and Ard, he's in prison now. He's the first Scientologist to ever be put in prison for crimes that he did, because Scientology always protects them. And he was an actor. He was a famous actor. They were harassed for years. As a matter of fact, they're suing civilly right now against the church and the leader for all the harassment. They even poisoned their dogs and one died. That's on. So, other protesters here that live in Austin have had nails put in their tires, and it's like really big nails, and some other stuff happened around their cars and house. In LA, they were harassed like that. I know. And the problem is they have a lot of money. They had the LAPD in their pocket for 50 years. They gave millions to their associations, and they hired the cops for their events at triple rate. Now I know my husband works up in Waco, and when they have events, they hire cops. Those cops make $50 an hour in Waco. So they were literally doubling those cops' pay. So they called 200 times in 2 months when this first started in LA. And there was 10 to 15 people filming that nothing happened. And yet they ran out every time Scientology called. They arrested people and put them in jail. But nobody had any charges stick because they had video proof. That wasn't the point. The point was to put them in jail on Friday, make them sit there till Monday so they would quit protesting. It didn't work. Because most of us are never-ins. We weren't in Scientology. They don't scare us. They don't sue people anymore. Hey, what's up? Oh. What's going on? Oh.
If you have any questions about Scientology, we are anti-Scientologists.
Yeah.
She is an expert. If you have any comments?
Yeah.
I know it's mind control.
Yeah. The guy that started it in 1950 was a science fiction writer that studied hypnotism and black magic, mind control.
Yeah, he's a Jack Parsons.
Yeah, you know that, yeah. I did a little video about the black magic part.
Yeah, they got taken into the...
Do you mind being on camera?
Yes, I don't want to get on camera.
Okay, it's on me right now.
Okay, yeah, no, it's just that was around the time a lot of MK Ultra stuff was starting to go on with the government. I think it was another branch of that, and they were like...
There's rumors that was used in Scientology back then, because, he started it in 1950 and he was in World War II. We do know, I think he studied Adolf and the way he propagandized his people, and he does similar things. He keeps them controlled, and they're not allowed to look at anything outside, no internet, no TV.
A lot of the Nazi scientists after the war got brought over. It's called Project Paperclip. They got brought over and put into the...
We've talked about that on my
aerospace
channel.
And all that, and it all kind of mixes together.
Yeah, we talked about how the CIA got their funding and all that stuff. Yeah. Yeah, because L. Ron Hubbard, did you know about him having his members infiltrate the FBI in 1978?
Yeah, I know that there was 30,000 Scientologists.
I think it was 5,000. But that's still a lot. But only 7 went to prison. Yeah, that's scary. I didn't say that because I wasn't sure the number. But so when I talked about Operation Snow White, what I heard, and I couldn't remember where I heard it, so I didn't say it. They had 5,000 members infiltrate all levels of government. We think they're even in the DMV, looking up our license plates and stuff. So yeah, it's the guy that started it was paranoid about the government and the CIA and all that stuff. He even said that he worked for the CIA, but he didn't.
Well, I'm getting scooped on your
All right.
on the pedicab stuff. I'm a pedicab driver.
Oh, okay.
I appreciate what you're doing and be safe out here. Okay?
Thanks. Yeah, 1,000. Yeah, it's a lot, but I never am. Oh, so hey, Maris, Maristel. I'm gonna cut it out. If you want to make money, start a religion. Yeah, he said that to his agent. Yeah, I think that's why they get what They did, Professor? Oh my God! You know, I warned my boss when I was on the job for a little while. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to stay on the job. I hadn't worked in almost 15 years. Well, when I realized it was going to be a thing, and I talked about my channel, and I told him, you know, someone might call. Yeah, Natalie's got it. And even though Natalie's not posting right now, she got a job. It's full time. She has some older good videos. Watch her interviews with John Atack. John Atack has written so many books about L. Ron Hubbard and Scientology. He's like the professor of Scientology and the bad stuff. He's got papers and information that a lot of people don't have. I'm trying to go back and read. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we read Dianetics. It took us almost a year. Yeah, I'm glad you're resting, Scooter. So, I heard you talking about you were getting a hub for your computer. Did they fix the problem? Is this something different? Yeah, they're making some big inroads in LA. Just going to the commissioner meetings or calling in and the city council and just telling them about it. They only get 2 minutes. So I think they're there every week. They pop up all the time. I'll watch a little bit of it when I can. And it's amazing. They got L. Ron Hubbard Way is not owned by the church, but they are able to get permits to close it down all the time. The neighbors hate it. Well, one of our people wanted a permit for an event, and they said, well, for protesting, you don't need a permit, and they would never let them have one. Well, they weren't really protesting. They did like an event on Father's Day, and they were able to get a permit. That was a big change, and that was about the same time that we saw LAPD not working their events anymore, and they started hiring private security, because they were lying about their permits and saying that our people couldn't go down the sidewalk or anything, and that's not what the permit said. And they would edit the permit and show it to the police, and it was wrong. They lie. They don't care. And they'll lie, cheat, and steal, and they're told that's okay. I'm sorry, I'm not reading the hub. They didn't fix it. Well, I'm sorry you had to do that. I don't know. He's from What we've learned about Florida is if you don't live right in Clearwater where their big base is, a lot of people don't really know about them. When it's very insulated, and so when you get farther away, so I don't know how much he even knows about Scientology. We do know that Pam Bondi, when she was going for AG of Florida, several wealthy Scientologists held a fundraiser for her. Well, people think she's all pro-Scientology because of that. You have to understand how they work. She got that job. Maybe she, I don't know, gave them some sort of extra something. But when she went federal, she doesn't owe them anything anymore. So that's what I'm hoping, that now that she's federal, she doesn't owe anything. But we know that RFK Jr. has had some Scientologists he was friends with on a board or something. And so it bothers me that there's so many politicians that they've donated to because they have so much money. And so that's what's hard about trying to get the government to pay attention. Let's go back over here a little bit. Alright. Oh, really? Yeah. Well, just put Miss Kim SP and look for the Texas sign. Well, you found me. But pretty much right now it's been only Friday nights, but it's about to start getting cold and I won't be able to come down here because I could come down. That's not the thing. I don't think there'll be that many people out here when it's cold. So we'll see how it goes. They hide my channel. It's possible. They paid TikTok to ban Jessica Palmadessa. And she had like 1 million followers when she started protesting Scientology, and they owed her like $6,000. I don't know if she ever got it. Yeah, I usually leave about 1:30 before the clubs close. Because if I wait till the clubs close, this becomes a ghost town, and it's not. I feel unsafe when there's nobody around. We're on 6th Street in Austin, Texas. I'm moving this closer. Look away. I'm gonna shake the camera. Sitting is helpful, but I can't do it for two. I need to get a cushion. Good night, Cricket. Yeah. This whole street is nothing but live bands and bars for blocks. Hey, MSL. Well, be nice. We don't talk about them like that. You got moms in here, so.
I remember you shit on this.
Hello, yes. Is that yes or yes? You have to tell me. Oh, I'm getting hearts. It's so fun. Yeah, I appreciate it. 35 people, that's pretty good. I appreciate it. I feel like I get more people stop and talk to me here than I do when I'm at the org during the day. Because I think what it is there's students that do talk to me, but they're in a hurry. They're usually going to class and stuff. But I get a few. I get enough. The big Velbowski. Okay. Hey, Sassafras. Oh, right on. Thanks. Well, it's not really a church. They don't even call themselves a church. They just put it on there to get their tax exempt status. But yeah, that's why I come down here, because about 19 months ago, they had a grand reopening across from the university, and they're out here to get our young people. So I sit over at the org and talk to students, and then I started coming here at the beginning of the summer when classes were out, and I've been very amazed at the people that stop and talk to me. It's been great. It's a tourist area, so I get people from other states, other countries, mainly the UK. I've had several people from the UK. No, I'm a grandma. No, I live up near the army base where my husband retired from the army, and it's about 75 miles north. And when I got into this about 3 years ago, just listening to ex-members tell their stories, and I deep dive their channels and learn their stories. And we have a big movement now of like 200 channels of like ex-members, protesters like myself, supportive channels like true crime channels that talk about Scientology for us, all working towards trying to end Scientology and get the word out. And it started about 2 years ago in LA. And then we all just started a lot of us protesters are never ends because, you know, it hurt our hearts to hear these horrible stories of these childhoods they've been through. The child abuse is what brought me. Yes. I'm at Miss Kim SP. Yes, I do. Now you're gonna make me want chicken fried steak. I have tacos sitting in the car. Thank God it's cool or I wouldn't be able to eat it. Yeah, I'm gonna be packing up here soon. Woo! No, I can't eat a lot of sugar. I can't do pancakes. Me and sugar don't get along. Yeah, I didn't even realize. I was watching JoJo in Edinburgh, and I'm like, why can't I find Irish Mart? I have 2 channels, and I try to sub with both channels, and I guess I didn't sub on my personal channel. I'm like, I'm not subbed to her channel, so I watch both of them at the same time. Usually I'm asleep by then. I know, right? But man, when the bars went about 2 a.m., it's like, poof, everybody's gone. So I leave well before that. Usually I stay live till I get to my truck. We can people watch, and people stick with me to make sure I'm safe till I get to my truck. Then I call my husband, who's at work, when I get to the truck while I'm packing up. Yeah. That was so fun to watch. I didn't realize that they had Scientologists come into places like that in Edinburgh. See, they're all over the world. I don't know. I don't keep up on the Longhorns. I wanted to be a fan. I've been here for 32 years. I'm a Ohio State Buckeyes fan. I could never get past the burnt orange. I'm still just a Buckeyes fan. And I don't even get to watch them all the time because they're not always on. Yeah, so I had Irish and JoJo on different devices. And I'd mute one and then mute the other. That was fun. Okay, Bartholomew, you go get some sleep. See, this helps me get back on any kind of schedule because Saturday and Sunday night I work 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. So this is helpful. I get home about 3-ish, and then I get my stuff ready for work, and I go to bed about 6 or 7 in the morning and get up about 3. That's awesome, King Kong. Yeah, there's a bunch of us now doing this, and I've actually stopped them a couple times. I've walked up at like 5 o'clock on a Friday right about the time they would close up, and they have these tables they put out with these books to try to sell, and they're looking for young freshmen far from home with no friends. And I walked up and they're bamboozling the crap. They lie and they love bomb and they'll say whatever they got to say to get them inside. And I start telling them the truth. I'm like, if you don't have $300,000 to go up the bridge, I go, they're going to want to sign you up as slave labor where you work 7 days a week, 365 days a year till you die. And you sign a contract that you will work for them until you die. Yeah. Yeah, and he's complicit. Right now, if you go to Jenna Miscavige on TikTok or YouTube, she has been, I don't know what the word is I want. She has been going hardcore on the celebrities, how they're complicit in all of this with their money. I'm muting for a minute. Yeah, they did eliminate a lot of facts on that show. I don't know why, maybe for time. You know, we don't know why. They left quite a bit out. But it at least got some of the story out to people that might not normally get it. I've never watched any of the documentaries. I got all of my information from ex-members telling their stories on YouTube. And here soon, I'm going to try to go on TikTok. I have another tripod and phone. So they think that they've lived multiple lives since humans started roaming the earth because their thetans, what we would call a soul or spirit, have been around, floating around our earth for 72 trillion years. This is what the original leader said. So when they die, they call it dropping the body. They don't even let their Sea Org members go to a funeral because you're not allowed to show emotion. That's a no-no. So you're not allowed to be sad. You're not allowed to go to the funeral, even if it's your mom, because they think they just dropped the body and now they're going to go get a new baby body. No, it's not a clone. It's more like reincarnation. They literally have Facebook groups where if you're pregnant and you have an older Scientologist that's probably at the end of their days, they'll go on there and be like, my mom's a great Scientologist. She did this, this, and this. She's a high level. Can she come and use your baby body? And they'll be like, yeah. it broke 4 quadrillion. Yeah, I think I heard 72 trillion. But it really doesn't matter. It was a long time ago. So that's also why there's rampant child abuse, because they don't look at their kids like children. They look at their kids like adults in small bodies, or big beings in small bodies, is what they say. And so taking them out of school at 12 years old and putting them to work 7 days a week, 110 hours a week, 365 days a year is not child abuse to them. Putting them through horrible, disgusting training at a young age is not considered child abuse. You can essay a child and not get expelled from Scientology, but if you turn that person into the authorities, you get kicked out. Because they think Scientology will fix them, and they cover it up. And what do? They keep doing it, so they protect child predators. This is my, hi. It's over there if you want to say hi. Well, I made this sign recently. Probably backwards. Is it backwards? So it says Scientology protects pedos, wood chipper. If you know, you know. Yeah. Oh, she's pro-Scientology too. They probably gave to her campaign. Matter of fact, when she was running, they outed her for being pro-Scientology. Actually, if you don't know, because I've been watching stuff about her, she's actually been to Cuba like 7 times in the 70s. She was, I don't know what the name is, you'd have to look it up, but she was some sort of something or other communist. She was in some communist group that went and hung out in Cuba and hung out with what's that guy, Fidel Castro. Yep, it's still there. Arcanon's still there. Oh, definitely, yeah, yes. See, what I say about Mormons, Catholic, you know, yeah, there's abuse in all the religions, I think. But what it is that's bad people doing bad things, but the doctrine is fairly good. The doctrine tries to teach you to be a good person. In Scientology, the doctrine isn't even good. Everybody that gets out says there's not one redeeming thing in Scientology. If you're kind in Scientology, now, when you're love bombing somebody to get them in, that's different. But once you're into another Scientologist, if you're kind, they have a derogatory term for you. They call you a degraded being because you're being kind. You're not allowed to do that. So the doctrine is all control, all no emotion. You're not allowed to show emotion because you're supposed to be able to control that. You're supposed to be clear. And he says, we read the book, he says everything physically wrong with you is in your mind and they can fix it. Even arthritis. He almost said cancer, but stopped short. But that's why you see so many celebrities dying of stage 4 cancer. Because when they initially get it, they think Scientology will cure them. And when they figure out it's too late, it's too late. It's stage 4, and there's nothing they can do, and that's why. Because they believe Scientology will fix everything. We're pretty sure that John Travolta isn't really all in anymore, but what it is he has friends and stuff in Scientology, and if you leave or you're verbal about it, and you have to disconnect from all your friends and family that are in Scientology. Yeah. The famous glaze. I don't know what it means there. Oh, souls of humans. Yeah. Yeah, and Narconon doesn't work. It's all about money. And they literally have had, because Narconon is usually owned by a public, and it's just a way to make money. They literally have, nobody inside is accredited. I don't know how they're able to run in the United States, and they're looking into them in, I think, the UK or somewhere. And they literally had the daughter of the owner smoking weed with men people inside. So it's all Scientology. It doesn't help. It doesn't help them get any better. And they can sometimes get you from Narconon to maybe sign up for the Sea Org and be some slave labor. Bronson, yeah. I mean, yeah, for sure. But there's a big difference, I think, because Scientology is not a religion. It's not. There's no God. There's no deity. There's no belief system. They're told that if they go up this bridge and spend hundreds of thousands of dollars, that when they get done, they'll be a powerful being and be able to control matter, energy, space, and time. Well, when they get to OT8, that is a cool outfit. I love sparkly. I love sparkles. Well, he did stop talking about it because he got a bunch of flack for it. How about Tom Cruise? He's a member of Scientology. Did you know that? Yep, Tom Cruise.
I didn't even know there was Scientology enough.
They reopened February last year, about 19 months ago, across from the University of Guadalupe.
Yeah, I think I saw that like right across.
Because I used to sit out there a lot. Because I've been doing this since they opened.
The one across from the campus?
Yep.
Wow. When did they actually open?
Well, the original leader bought that building 56 years ago because it was across from the university. And then they reopened February of 24. And that's when I started driving down here to do this. And then the following month, they opened in Chicago across from the university. They're trying to get those young people in that don't know any better. But they're really not. They're really not.
Okay.
I have a sign for them when I'm over there because they're victims too. You're seeing second and third generation in there. They're not allowed internet, TV, cell phones. Yeah, so they've been indoctrinated since they were children. And they think everything outside those doors is evil and we lie. And so when I show up, they close the doors and the blinds real quick. Yeah, we time them, see how fast they do it.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, so if you're ever over there during the day, you might see me.
Okay, cool. See you later.
All right, have a good weekend. Hey, unicorn mullet. That's cute. I like that. I'm an 80s high school. I was in high school in the 80s, so yep. In practice, yeah. They, he did study the black magic and how he studied it to learn to control people. And then he had John Atack said he had books on hypnotism on his shelf, but they say it's not hypnotism. I'm like, okay, whatever. He just changes the names of stuff. Their auditing is literally trauma therapy / interrogation, and but he took it. He could have actually helped people. Well, not all of them are weird. I think the farther you get away from Salt Lake City, the more normal we get. Because I joined in a military town with all converts, and I've never seen any of the weird stuff. The doctrine isn't weird. What I think's going on in Salt Lake City and what I hear about is I think you've got these families that have been there for generations, and they use the religion to be in some sort of power, like if they're a bishop or something. That's what because I've listened to a few people's stories. Whereas where I was at, even our bishop was a convert, so it was I had a completely different experience in the LDS church. But I don't discount what people are saying happens to them in, their families and stuff, especially in Utah. But I've never had anything in the doctrine weird me out. What, dear? I can't hear you. I don't. I only bring one. Yeah, he actually was a stage hypnotist for a little while. I know. Yeah, I know. He contradicts himself everywhere. I don't know how they believe anything he says. I actually went to the temple and I had mine. And what it is they kind of, it makes you stay modest because they're long. You have to wear long shorts and you have to have sleeves. It's like, it's just a t-shirt, and they're white. And what it is they it's like when a Catholic priest puts on their robes. It just keeps you in, always mindful of what you're doing and that you're living right and that you're being kind to your neighbor and that kind of thing. Yeah, we usually don't. I'm just talking about just my experience. Compared to Scientology, that's why I'm bringing it up. Compared to Scientology, night and day. Like I said, there's people in all organizations that are going to be abusive and use. We got predators everywhere. It shocks me to find out these big busts they're having, and they're finding 122 missing kids that are being trafficked. I'm like, I just don't understand how this still happens in this day and age. You can sit down if you want. My back hurts. Oh, my back hurts. I can't sit all the time. I got to get a cushion. Yeah. I can only sit for short times because it makes my back hurt. Yeah.
Where are you from?
There's no good doctrine in Scientology. There's nothing in there that teaches you to be a good person. They teach you how to lie, cheat, and steal. They tell you that you're saving the planet. One girl, she was 16, she got beat with a fax machine, was peeing blood, went to the hospital. Her dad shows up, all upset, and the guy that did it to her, who was an adult, he was older, said there was L. Ron Hubbard wrote a policy that you could punch somebody to get them back in line. And so he said he was following L. Ron Hubbard policy. Hi, what's up? So the dad left and never spoke to her again.
Oh yeah, you're watching.
And he lied about stuff she was doing. And then there was another 16-year-old that got essayed by an adult, got pregnant from it, and her mom, who was in the Sea Org, and the church, made her marry him. Made her marry her assaulter. Right now she's trying to sue them. She's an adult now. It's not going well because of different things, but we're hoping things might. Time to pack up? Alright. Alright, you guys, let me start packing up. You need some water? I got
one. Amazing what alcohol does. Isn't it amazing what alcohol does? Everybody watching these people. It's about, what is it? About 1:30 here. A lot of people stumbling. You're a trooper. 1:30 a.m.
Yeah. Well, I work nights on Saturday and Sunday now, so this helps me get on schedule. I work 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. in Waco.
Is this the foundation that you get paid to work for?
No.
I don't know. Okay.
Oh,
Is
no,
that
I don't
a
make any
separate
money
job?
doing this.
I don't-
No, I got it. My husband's been in security since he retired in 2010, and I got a job with the same company but different location, just 2 days a week.
Okay.
I was sick for about 14 years, from 2010 to about
That's a
when
long
I
time.
started doing this. Well, I wasn't even looking for a job.
Oh, damn.
But it's difficult. I walk about 8 miles
This
a
flopped
night.
down. That freaked me out.
Oh. Uh-oh. No, is everybody okay? You fell.
It's this one, right?
Yep. Are you okay? The chat fell.
I caught.
Oh no. Yeah, they cover up every crime all the time. That's the biggest thing we're trying to get out is the crime.
It's not very busy because of the holidays. Very, very slow out here.
I've been pretty busy actually.
But the numbers, sheer numbers, it's usually
When it starts
Nice.
getting cold, I'll just go back to the work during the day. I haven't been back because of my schedule. I'm asleep during the day. So it's been really hard to get over there.
I've been doing that. Today, I got up at 9:39 a.m. I didn't know what to do. Chipotle was not open.
Let me make sure this is. Oh. This part's interesting, trying to get it on the gimbal.
What's your stage?
Yep.
How much is that cost?
120. Okay. You need a dang bachelor's degree to run it.
I'm starting by assuming no. But
I started out holding it in my hand, and a lot of us do
I'm
that.
just going to be funny.
That's fine. All right. Oh, thank you, King Kong. Thank you so much. All right, look away. I'm moving the camera from the tripod to the gimbal. So look away. I'll let you know when I'm done. And try not to turn it off when I do it. If I had a case, I could turn it off. Let me make sure I get this on right.
You don't have a case,
What?
but you need a case.
It won't fit. I have a case.
Oh, yes, right.
It won't fit.
You got to take that off.
Yeah.
You have one, right? You take it on.
Yeah, yeah. I take it off. I'll put it back on when I get in the car. But this is my extra phone. It's not very expensive. Because this one was overheating because it has 2 screens in the summer. All right, hang on, y'all. Yep. Look away. I will let you know when I'm done. If I had a case, I could close the little thingamajigger. All right. Let me see. I just got good at that today. Oh, wait. Ooh, is it working? Oh, wait, no. There we go. Ooh, it's working. Yay! So what I forgot, I tried to use this a couple weeks ago. I didn't. You have to Bluetooth it to the phone, and there's an app. And I wasn't doing that, and it was flopping all over the place. Oh, my goodness. All right, so hang on.
Nice guy.
There we go. We'll be taking a jaunt here in a second. Have a knife on you, Dave. Have a knife on you. I put everything in my truck and forget about it.
How far is the park?
Colorado.
Oh, yeah.
Not that far.
Well,
At
it's
the
like five blocks.
I like parking there because it's open, it's a low wall, and I feel like that's low. It's not secure. Yeah. Alrighty, we are packed up. Okay, moving again. Alrighty. Did you say you needed something? And where are we going to get that?
I don't know how much.
It's all right. Show me the way. We're gonna go buy Colin an umbrella. Real quick.
I need a car.
Oh, I love my wagon. Somebody named it my wagon of justice. All right, let me check chat. Passes out Dramamine again. When I start hiring. So I live exactly between Waco and Austin. So I drive down here to do this, and then it's a little closer to Waco because it's only an hour to work. Unless, well, they've got construction, so it's been a few minutes extra. So I'm used to walking a lot. Let me know if it gets out of whack. I'm still trying to learn how to use it. Yeah, I could use an assistant to help me pack up and set up. It's very different than when I started. I'm a lot stronger from working. When I started, I was using a cane for balance, and I had been homebound since 2010, so I had no muscle, no strength. That I started in March. Alrighty. Hey, Louisiana. All right. I need to take this with me. Alrighty.
This is my friend. We're gonna buy an umbrella.
Hello. Where are the umbrellas? Okay. Okay. Where's the umbrellas? Where they at? Umbrellas? All the way back? Okay.
I'm keeping one eye on everything.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm trying to find an umbrella. Where at? I'm not seeing. Oh, there they are. Oh, grab me one of those. Yeah, I'll take one of those. I can't reach it. It's not helping me. Oh. I like to. Oh, wait. What are we doing? Why are we this way? Okay, what are we doing? There we go. All right. Yeah, it's supposed to be raining a lot. It rained like, I didn't think I was coming tonight, but it stopped raining this afternoon. Is that good?
Like 5 cash over. They probably don't do that.
Yeah.
You do cash over?
Yeah, I
5
can do
cash over?
Yeah, I can do that.
Oh, they don't do that.
You don't do cash back? Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Can I tap here or do I put it in?
tap, see, whatever.
I'm getting used to doing that. I've never had one that did that before.
Do you want to see?
Oh, sorry. I'm just giving it to him.
Got to see.
Thank you. Alright, we're good now. He'll be good and dry, hopefully. Please get the door for me, though.
Cheers.
This thing is awkward. That's why I don't like going in places with it. Alrighty. Here you go. Stay dry. Alrighty. I'll see you next week.
Are you okay?
Yeah. I still got all my friends with me making me safe. So I'm on 6. And I'll let you know when I get to a cross street. Oh my gosh. That's loud. Some of these places do just play radio, but most of the time it's a live band. I love this gimbal now that I know how to use it. It's keeping everything so stable. I need to cross. There's construction up here, and they closed off the sidewalk. See, oh, our musician is gone. So I was on this corner over there a couple weeks ago. I did not like it. It was quieter, but there was way too many. I didn't have anything behind me. I was over by that lamppost. I turn around and there's a guy with has my water bottle in his hand just looking through my stuff. There we go. Let's go straight. Up is down. There we go. Okay, up. Oh, we're just walking. People watching. I'm on my way home. We're on 6th Street in Austin. Oh, no, he's still here. One of them is. I don't know if that's the same guy. Is that the same guy? You guys remember? Sometimes there's a guy over here with drums. Oh, yeah, that's the same guy. He's got his QR code out. Yeah. When I used to come, I didn't come down here that much. We would go to like the malls or to different things. So I was never really down. So I went gluten-free like 10 or 12 years ago for it helps, just to let you know, if gluten causes inflammation. So if you have chronic pain or you have an autoimmune disease, like rheumatoid arthritis or fibro like me, going gluten-free is a major change. I was in bed until I did that. So nobody was really selling that stuff. They have a Whole Foods here that takes up a whole city block. It is so big. We had to come down here 2 different times, spend 2 hours each time to see the whole place. So I used to come down here to go there, and then I'd drive around the pretty neighborhoods and all. It's called the Texas Hill Country for a reason. Very hilly, and if you like the environment, they're very about their green space in Austin. They literally kept this old oak tree and built a wall around it. They wouldn't cut it down. We're in America, in Texas, where we're still using the air conditioner during the day. Although I have to say, I like the 60s because we were cold for a few days when I was at work. And I come in, have to take everything off, gloves and coat, and then I have to do a patrol outside. I have to get all bundled up and go back outside. So I'm not looking forward to the winter. Oh, I heard you talking, Scooter, about how cold it was up there. So I heard a buzzing too, but it was like not annoying. It was like a white noise. It sounded like a fan or a blower, but I don't know if you had anything like that on. So it didn't. I had earbud in, and it didn't bother me. Dark Zombie, what's up? We're just walking. Everybody's hanging with me on my way to the car, just checking out. I tried to do a pretty walk. They have really pretty parks here and stuff. And yeah, that's true, MSL. I'll say Lynn. Miss Lynn. Oh, Miss Lynn. I see it now. Yes, that's true. Yeah, it can literally drop 40 degrees in 24 hours. Because my husband has done security. He used to do security in North Austin at like such a bad hotel. He had to wear a bulletproof. Wait. Where are they going? This is not time to cross. There we go. That's what I get for following somebody. I saw a delivery drone. Nuh-uh. I think that's so dumb. Because you know what's going to happen? People are going to start getting BB guns and shooting them things down. Which way? Oh, look. There's the Capitol building. Right there. This is the Capitol. We're on Congress Avenue right there. Oh, this is hurting my shoulder. I mean, I like the idea, but I don't like the idea. Like, so that was getting their meds delivered. And I'm like, I don't think you should be doing that with meds. I mean, I think it should be under $1 amount. It shouldn't be anything expensive because either A, what if the drone dies? Or B, somebody decides to take it down. They'll figure it out, trust me. Especially in Texas. Yeah, I've got food in the car waiting on me. So I stopped at this. I usually stop at a restaurant right down the street here. and they know me by name now. And I get a beer. If I'm early enough, I get an appetizer, but I go there because I need to do, after an hour and a half drive, I need to go have a pit stop. Go ahead. And I had to stop sooner. I was starving. So I stopped in Georgetown, which is a little bit north of Austin. I stopped at a Mexican place. I've never been there. And they're like, okay, 2 tacos for $12. I'm, oh, that's pretty steep. Then they start telling me all the stuff that came with it. You get beans, and you get rice, and you get this sauce, and you get that sauce, and you get chips and salsa. And then I look, they give me this grocery bag, a brown paper sack. I get in the car, and there's literally like more than a gallon baggie full of tortilla chips for me. I was like, oh, we're here. We're at Congress now, where I'm parked. We're on 6th Street in Austin. And I'm packing up for the night because the bars are about to close. And everybody disappears. Say hi. Say hi.
Babe, it's all
What's up?
I'm here to save us. I'm here to save us.
Please don't yell. Please don't yell. I have people. No, it's YouTube.
Hey,
Don't yell.
I'm a Georgia. Yell! Hey, I won't yell. Can I get a video?
No.
Hey.
Fucking asshole. I said go. I said I have people with earbuds on. And he goes, what? I said, you're rude. He goes, why am I rude? I go, because you screamed. And he screams again. Fucking jerk. Now the whole world knows you're a jerk. Sorry. I have no. Yeah, but that's ridiculous. When I say to him, don't yell, that's rude. I've had earbuds on when there's been loud noises. Trust me, I know, and I'm sorry. But, I mean, people like that are few. I've been pretty lucky. They're pretty few and far between. But I've been doing this all summer, and I kind of just don't have any F's to give for them anymore. Sorry. I know. I mean, I've drank in my youth, but I was never like that. I had fun. And we were known in Fort Ord in California for having the parties. Man, our government housing was old, but it was huge. Our living room was so big. It was a big living room and dining area. So we would move the furniture and dance. We would have dance parties. I'm originally from Ohio. The Army brought us to Texas, to Fort Hood in 1993. My husband retired from the Army in 2010, and we stayed because we had our house and our daughter was still in high school. Kind of wish we wouldn't have. I cannot stand the heat. I'm ready to go full-time RV and fully retire, but I can't get my husband to want to do it. Oh. So my husband and I went to high school together in Ohio, somewhat south of Columbus. Now my family is from the west side of Columbus, but nobody's left over there anymore. And then when we were 1990, we left with the Army, and we never moved back. Alrighty, we're here now. Well, thank you everyone for sticking with me and keeping me safe. What I do now is I'll call my husband who's at work, and I'll put him on Messenger while I'm packing up the truck. So unless it's raining, which this time of year happens a lot, I should be back Friday night. I'm going to try to be doing something during the week. We had started reading a book last year, and I'm thinking about doing that during the weekday. And if you can't be there live, we had some really good discussions. It was really fun. I learned a lot. If you can't be there at the time, you can always replay it. That would be great. Thank you. Thank you, Eric, for helping, and everyone else. See you next week. Love you from Texas.